hurt you. Little more, come near, let me just show you. Don't know, can't talk, let me just show you. Don't be obsessive, it could be intensive, it could be explosive, it could be offensive. Don't be defensive, don't be aggressive, it will be a waste cause we could be expensive. You need a little fee in your life, you need a little me in your life. I wanna see the sea in your eyes, you need a boyfriend.
Welcome back to the Natives Aftershow. We are exploring episode 2 today, and I am Ronald Hinton, the creator of Natives, and I also play Izzy. I'm here with the lovely Natives cast and crew, and we're gonna be deep diving into episode 2, some of your favorite moments, some questions we have, some comments. So, you know, we're gonna have a really fun time. How are we all feeling?
I feel good.
Yeah,
excited.
All right, just introduce yourself. We'll go down this line and then we'll get into it.
Yes. Hey guys, my name is Darno Dudley. I'm the creative producer and one of the writers of Native the Series.
Hi guys, I'm Brittany Franklin, the director of episode 1 and 2 of Natives.
I'm Marshawn Dalton, and I play Adrian in Natives, the series.
Okay, you said that.
Right. Hey guys, my name is Maui, and I play Jazz in Natives the series.
Hey guys, my name is Dewan, and I play Kai in Natives the series.
Hi everyone, my name is Dante Marquise, and I play Julius in Natives.
Period. All right. Well, episode 2. It's been out for just over 2 weeks now, y'all. One question. How are we all feeling? What are some of the reactions that you've gotten for episode 2? How are you feeling personally, especially, you know, it's been a year since we filmed it, a bit over a year since we filmed this. We shot in September of 2023 for reference, a little bit in October, mostly September. So what are some thoughts? What are some of the feedback you've been getting from people? Any highlights? How are you feeling personally?
Just grateful, just for the overall experience. Like, shooting the show was such a labor of love, and just hearing from my friends and family and other colleagues in the industry has just been really nice. I think the quality of the show really speaks for itself, and that's really what differentiates our story from so many other stories that are told currently.
Well, I'm very full, and it's so crazy because the day that I shot with everyone, it just happened so quickly, and I didn't realize like what I was a part of until like production.
That's so funny.
And I was just like, oh my goodness, this is an amazing like experience, like, and just knowing how like relatable everything is, and like how I connect with like all of the characters in some capacity, and also just like the connection between Julius and Kai. I'm just like, oh wow, there's something there that I really enjoyed it. It feels like home. It feels authentic, and it like, yeah, it's a really great experience.
Ditto. Yeah, episode 2. Like, the girls want more. Like, I think that's the main thing. Like, people want more. Like, they're not like, okay, that's cute. Like, they're like, oh, that's good. Like, what's next? Like, where's episode 3, episode 4? So,
oh my gosh,
I'm just excited for that.
One of my favorite moments that's actually happened to me recently, and I shared this with you guys, but I was at work, and well, there's actually 2 moments. One, I was at the gym. You know, when I'm at the gym, I'm focused. My headphones are on. I'm, you know, just in the zone. And so I'm, you know, doing some lateral raises, and some guy comes up to me. I gotta put you face the scene for you guys. So doing the lateral raises, and some guy comes up to me, and I take my headphones off, and I've seen him at the gym before. And he's like, I saw your show, and I was like, really? Like, that was my genuine reaction. And he's like, yeah, like, I know I've seen you at the gym before, and it popped up on my YouTube, and I was like, wait, I feel like I've seen that kid before. And sure enough, he had. And so he watched the show. He said he watched episode 2. He needs to go back and watch episode 1. But that was a really fun experience. And then one other thing he was like, keep going. This was really great. And so that really touched my heart. But then another experience was I was at work, and one of my coworkers is this straight, you know, young Latino kid. And I had everyone at my job subscribe to the YouTube because I was just like, you know, you guys need to support. And so I hadn't seen him maybe like 2 to 3 weeks since the show came out. And he he was like, oh my God, is episode 3 coming out today? And I was like, oh my God, it was Monday too. And I was like, no, but you watched it? And he was like, yes, I watched it and I really liked it. And it was just beautiful to me because I feel like, you know, so many people can put this show in a box and make it feel like it's just for the LGBTQ community, and we didn't never put ourselves in that box. And so I'm appreciative that that's showing and it's reflecting. And the one thing that stuck with me that really warmed my heart was that I was like, does it feel like a gay show to you? And he was like, no, I know that there's gay themes, but it feels like a show about New York. And there's just gay people in it, you know? And that really warmed my heart because I was like, yes, that's exactly what we were going for.
I love that. I feel like the whole essence of this show is about the city and the people in it. And even in Native Son, the writer, they were like, New York City is the other character. Like, it's the non-speaking character that you see that's all in every episode. And I feel like since we set that up in episode 1 and episode 2, I love that we were able to really go in deeper and then showcase all these different characters. And now people are getting to see Adrian, they're getting to see Kai, and it really is kind of like on the spectrum, almost all the different types of New Yorkers you will meet. And so I'm feeling really excited about that. Yeah, I'm feeling really excited about that, and all you guys becoming like little local celebrities.
Yes. Especially in the community because it's not that big.
Like New York too. Like, it's gonna be small.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So I think I want to hear some of our favorite scenes from episode 2. What are some of your favorite scenes? Or maybe one favorite scene that you have, or maybe a favorite memory from filming.
I feel like I have 2. So I feel like my favorite scene was the milk scene because it has just like a very funny, backstory to it. And that scene took a lot longer.
Yes.
Than what was hours. Like,
that's crazy.
Like close to 3 hours.
Oh my God.
Just for some milk to boil.
I was watching B-roll like 3 days ago. I'm watching B-roll, going through all the B-roll. This one shot is 8 minutes long that we're waiting for the milk to boil. But it's because it's not milk. It was like some yogurt type thing.
It was like non-pasteurized. It was like with non-GMO or something.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, and just like imagine having to stand in front of that stove for like 8 minutes.
And be like panting.
I'm about to pass out.
I was like, oh, I really think I'm old. I'm like, I'm frustrated. I'm like, God. Because it was a lot. And it was really cramped. And there was probably like 30 people in that apartment. Like behind that camera, it was a full house. So shout out to Zawan for being Kai in that scene because he's standing over a steaming yogurt milk. It was a lot, you know?
And then my second scene was the dance studio scene because that scene almost didn't happen because we just were short on time. And yeah, we kind of like Harlem School of the Arts, please do not be mad at us, but we snuck in.
Off the record.
I think Darnell was like, the studio's open. I was like, look, let's hit the step. We was in there for like a good 5-10 minutes, and yeah, now you guys see Kai's dance moves up in the show and stuff. So it was definitely like a fun moment.
Wow. And that's something that you wanted because we were in the editing room. You was like, "Where's the dancing? Like Kai's the dancer." Like you was like, "We need B-roll of dancing." So
no, yeah, I mean that needed to be in ASAP because one, we fought so hard to get that on the day. It was on and then it was off, and then there was kids dancing.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Oh, it's free now." Then we were like, "Run!" We were like, and it was like, "Do some 1, 2."
Okay.
Got it.
And then when we were editing, it wasn't there. And it was just nothing to really transition. And we felt it's Kai's episode,
right.
And we were like, we have to get this in, but yeah.
I'm so happy we shot that because,
And for me, even it's still a little too short, you know? But, there's always things that we can do differently or etc.
We have a whole season.
Exactly, but we will as we continue to move through it. Any others?
I think one of my favorite scenes is definitely in the dance studio when you're telling him off, like,
you sure?
Damn, I said I'm fine.
Because I understand both sides. Like, how could you be so mean to someone being so nice to you, but at the same time, when I'm irritated, I'm irritated.
Okay, anybody can get it.
Yeah. It's relatable.
Anybody can get it.
I get both sides, and that's definitely one of my favorite scenes. Because we see how nice you're trying to be, but at the same time, if I'm irritated, get out of my face.
It's like, why are you here?
And then, but also we see how disappointed Julius, and I'm like, damn, my heart hurts.
I felt that so much because when I'm irritated and I lash out on someone, I'm like, oh my god, why did I do that?
But I think that's also one of the beautiful things, because there's a moment in the episode where Kai looks at them as they're walking away, and you know that they recognize that that's like,
fuck up.
I didn't want to act that way, but there's a lot going on for me, and sometimes it's just hard as a human to not bring the things that you're going through to other people in other spaces, but we do have to be aware.
Right. It's like when they're bringing you food.
Right. You don't have to get up.
A 12 piece?
A Costco cafe.
Didn't offer or nothing.
Okay, that's
the way you like it.
I really like that one because, like, even in the comments, like, you're seeing, like, Kai's about to miss that opportunity.
Yes.
And then it's just like, damn, I never had anyone come to my job and bring me lunch. Like, every day, to the point where they know I'm a creature of habit.
Right.
That was just amazing intro to Julius's character, because I've never seen a series, well, I probably have, but the best series, they intro a supporting character in like a very short, quick, amazing way, and you get to see how they are as a person. So I feel like I really love that.
Yeah. And I think also, like, afterward, kind of, you do see Julius's energy shift a little bit when Kai goes back into the
Absolutely,
like, which I would have done the same. Like, you're acting real funny, and so I don't know if I want to fuck with you now.
Right.
But like, once the context is unraveled and explained, then you also see how, again, sweet Julius is and so supportive and like, anything I can do for you. I think that is a really beautiful moment.
And really mature too.
Yes.
Like, Julius give grown man. He give grown man. Like,
Right.
like.
Listen, that's why they're like, Kai,
Okay.
if you don't know how to treat him, send him my way, because
So you guys see the comment where someone was like, Julius Aura reads "Let Me Love You" by Mario.
yes! Yes! And it is! That is a great transition into reading some of the comments from episode 2. So, let's pull some up. One of them that I really love is this one by Deshaun J. Said It. He said, "Keep up the good work. You're inspiring an entire generation." I think we all, yes, I know. I think I spoke with a few people about this, but that was such a beautiful comment because, I think that we didn't necessarily set out to inspire, a generation. I think we set out to create this piece that we felt really needed to be created. But I think, like, when you put your art out there and now it's for people to consume, like, the way that they take it and the way that they receive it, I think is just really beautiful. So to see that people are being moved by the work that we're creating, and it's inspiring them, and a statement like "you're inspiring a generation" is so profound because
heavy.
I mean, it's true though. Like, there's still not enough queer Black and brown content, and so it's true. We are, when we think about it, like, paving the way forward for other people to be like, oh my gosh, like, these people did this. Like, why can't I? Why can't I tell my story? I have a story similar to this, or I see myself, and to me, that's groundbreaking.
So I saw one, and they said Jackson-X6K8I. Hello. They said, "Adrian is insane. LMAO. OMG. He reminds me so much of myself. Love this series. Can't wait for episode 3. Well, yes. He is.
Yes.
Adrian is.
No, I love that comment because we all have a little bit of Adrian in us.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
I was Adrian last night.
But also, Jackson, share a little more about what's going on in your life. You know, how,
Talk about it.
what's the messiness?
Like, you want to know the tea?
I'm waiting.
I like the one that said, wait, it ended too soon. I was so invested and I wasn't prepared. One thing I love about this comment is that's what I heard from so many people. They're like, when is the rest of the episodes coming out? I want to binge watch this right now. I'm like, I want to binge watch it too. But I feel like we can all relate to that. Like, I'm ready for episode 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that I wasn't prepared because I think it's just like, it just ended. You were so invested, which is a win for us, you know? When you don't want something to end. That's me, especially when a season ends and this is almost like a little intermission that we're having, a break or hiatus. Right?
We back soon.
You're kind of like, oh my gosh, and it's beautiful that it's just 2 episodes, but people are getting so invested and they're like, oh my God, like I have always loved TV. I think that's why I also created this series. It's just like, I want to come back to these characters like week after week, and I get so invested that when the season ends or when there's a break, I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck do I watch? Like, I feel lonely. I miss the characters, you know? Like when you're really in the series.
That's what impact.
Listen, like shows like Scandal. Oh, I need to. I am so invested in these episodes, and I think that's why I also love like weekly releases versus binging. I think that weekly releasing, like you get to talk about it with other people because you need to unpack certain things. It's not like, I can just watch everything at once
and digest it and be like, what did I just watch? You know, and like figure out new themes and new things that
I feel like with binge watching, you miss a lot of things.
You do. It's too much.
But weekly drops, you get to talk about it with your friends. What did you think about it? And then you hear their perspective. You're like, oh, I didn't even think about it that way. Maybe.
It's just more of a communal kind of experience. And also, I feel like binging is over so quickly. Whereas like weekly releases, it's like, damn, I gotta wait till next week. But now you're like itching for it, you know, and wondering what's gonna happen.
I have one. This one said, I love this show. I could really feel the emotions of Kai in this episode. I really love that one. I feel like, that's the whole episode is about grief. I feel like that's a main theme too in episode 2, and I feel like people don't really, not that they forget about it, but I think that's important too, grief. And I feel like just the fact that you felt Kai's emotion means a lot. That means like the director did their job, Dewan did their job as like a bomb actor, you know, everybody did their job as giving you good art. So the fact that you resonate with it and you can feel the emotion, that's like a dope compliment. Like, that's everything to me. So, and a lot of people said that about Kai in episode 2 on TikTok, that they could really feel it. I think so much that they cried at the end of it because they're going through the same situation of like losing their mother. So, I'm just happy that it landed and it's really relatable.
I agree. No, my friend, that was my friend actually who sent me a comment and she was like, shout out to you, Tamar. She was like, you know, I cried because I recently lost my mother, and so I just felt this so much. And I think that is, I mean, it's like bittersweet because that's not a good experience to ever have to go through, but at the same time to be able to kind of see it through art and it to feel healing in a way is something that's also really amazing.
It's life changing.
Right, it's definitely work. I was texting Dewan maybe a week ago, and I was just like, you know, you get so wrapped up in like the character that you're playing, and I watched the episode, and like minutes into it, I was just like, oh shit. I think I'm Kai, because like I went through like a similar experience, and just like, you know, grieving, losing a parent, and you don't realize how much you suppress. So like for me, like the episode was definitely healing, and I appreciated like how I got to step outside of like, okay, the character that like I was playing, to like step into someone else's life, and an experience that was just like, you know, telling to like, you know, okay, well, yeah, things are full circle. Like, you know, you're on the other side of it. Like, this is what like support looks like. This is the support people need sometimes. So yeah, it was. I really appreciate like the work you did in that episode. It was very healing for me.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite moments. I have 2 really quick. One is the outdoor scene with Kate and Kai. That is just such a key.
I know that this is probably not what you want to be hearing from me, but I just want to remind you, this is Strat. So many other great talents have been where you are right now. Give it time, boo. Patience goes a long way in this industry. And in the meantime, I want you to keep up the amazing work, okay?
Thanks.
And I'm pretty sure I was not. Yes, I was not there for that shoot because I had to. I was there for every single other shot, but I think I had to leave early for something. And so I wasn't there when you guys were shooting that. But I remember somebody saying that Kate, Georgia, who plays Kate, she improvised that. And give it time, boo. And then we were just like, let's keep it. And I was like, that is fucking genius, because that is one of the most funny moments in that episode. And she's just so, it's because she's commits to it too. Yes. And the reaction and everything is just hilarious. And so I feel like that's also the fun thing about art and creating. Like, there's so many moments that were improvised. Like one of the comments that they live for, Marshawn, that you said is, excuse me, let me know when you can fit me in your calendar. And that was also improvised. And so, like, I feel like we just have such a talented team and cast that it just really brought everything to life and, you know, enhanced the script in ways we couldn't even imagine.
So someone said Julius's fine ass.
Fine.
Can you spell it out how they wrote fine?
CHOINE.
Not the
It's so funny because like I think I'm such a perfectionist. So I was like in my head the entire time we were doing it, and Dewan knows this as well because we've worked together outside of this. But like I felt so awkward. I'm just like, okay, I hope it like reads that like, you know, I'm interested in Kai, or like Kai like, you know, wants something. But I'm just like, you know, I'm confident, but I think, you know, in the scene that we did, it was so awkward for me.
Was that you guys' first time meeting?
No.
Surprisingly, we worked together for the first time a week before we shot. Yeah. So we've been friends on social media, but like that was like the first time. I think we got very close within like a 2 week span.
Yeah.
So by the time like we shot, it was just like, oh yeah, this is family.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I appreciate the comment, you know.
One other, I forgot, I said there was 2 moments, and I only said one. So really quick to circle back to that other moment, it is the last scene, or not the last scene, second to last scene, where Izzy and Kai kind of like meet at the door, and Izzy's pleading for Kai to open the door. For me, I really love that scene just because I think that, you know, that's how real friendships can be sometimes. Right. They can be messy, and I think the strongest friendships go through like bouts of messiness and like uncertainty. I mean, it shouldn't be that way, but I think that sometimes, you know, you have to go through that to see if the friendship is worthwhile, you know, and if it can withstand those kind of conflicting moments. And so to be able to see them, and we don't know if the conflict is completely resolved, but to see the love that they have for each other and to really want to be there for each other, but they kind of are in their own different ends of like, I was going through this, you were going through this. It's almost like a misunderstanding. And I won't let Izzy get off that easily because he was an asshole to, you know, Kai and a lot of other people in his community. But I think that the love that he has is really present. And also the care that he has. And unfortunately, you know, he just gets wrapped up with someone who just takes the turn for the worst. Yes. But at least he brought him. He could have left him wherever the fuck they were, and he decided to bring them. Yeah. So
he's a real friend.
Justice for Izzy. Yeah. Okay. So many people hate him.
They ripping you.
I know.
I was left out for days.
Oh my god. That's another one.
Let's get into that because
I was left for dead.
A lot of people are mad that Izzy left.
A lot.
But a lot of people relate to it too. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just leave you in the hallway.
And it's no shade.
Because sometimes you be doing too much, and it's like I gotta just.
I was in the building.
Right. Listen, he wasn't even coherent, you know? It was like, how the fuck am I gonna show up to my friend's house who I'm late to already with your belligerent ass who can't even walk and you wanna walk inside? Like, but he did it.
He asked if you want one more drink, and Izzy could have said no.
True.
Facts, you know?
And I'm sure it wasn't just one more either. I'm sure it was 3 more before we actually left.
Listen,
That's not Izzy's fault though.
we don't know what happens. So
Also, like, just on that point, I think episode 2 for me, now why I love it so much is because it shows how to communicate healthy, especially when you're faced with conflict. I think the script was written so well because all of our actors brought in the essence of them that for me kind of showcase how they handle conflict, how they handle confrontation. And New York City, like, we have a way of talking. You see a lot of people arguing or talking passionately. And you see that in this episode, in episode 1, but you also see the vulnerability of, like, calling somebody out, holding them accountable, like, actually feeling your emotions and allowing yourself to process those emotions. And I feel like that's such beautiful, healthy communication.
Right.
And I learned, like you said, when I was watching it back, even though we watched it 50 billion times, when I watched it with everyone else, I started to see myself like, oh, I actually want to communicate better when I'm feeling really, really hurt by somebody, when I'm disappointed. When I feel disappointed, that's it, ghost. But for people that are worth it and they're trying, maybe I'll open the door.
That's a word.
It was a teachable moment. I definitely agree to that.
Yeah, it shows like the beauty of like being flawed, but also like owning accountability.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to do like those things simultaneously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to highlight, I think the story is just a story about the power of friendship and the beauty of friendship, because I want to highlight the character of Jazz too, because while we see her a lot through technology, a lot of both episode 1 and 2, which that does change in the future episodes, I think she just brings a levity, a lightness to the episodes, and she's also that, like, it sucks that she has to be the middleman, you know, or middlewoman, but I think that having somebody that cares about both of these people so deeply to the point where it's like, no, like, I'm not just gonna let this dissolve like that, like, you need to make up, and being that kind of like anchor to push them, I think that is also something that's so beautiful, especially when you have friends like that who are like, I know you guys are going through something, but like, let's drop it. Like, we have to remember the things that we've been through together and the ways that we've shown up together, and like how much we love each other.
Yeah.
It was also like, y'all gonna fix it, I'm not gonna fix it.
Like, I'll
help.
I'm not doing too much.
I'll set it up. But I feel like we can all relate to that, because I feel like we've all been in a situation where we have to be the middleman or woman and be the mediator between two loved ones, even if it's parents, if it's siblings, if it's friends. We've all been there. So I feel like there's just so much relatability in natives. It's like hard.
Yeah.
and
No, right.
And kind of like to piggyback off of what Maui, I was about to say Jazz, what Maui is saying is like, you know, this is really like the Check on Your Strong Friends episode. You know, I saw a comment like that as well. And, you know, like, you never know what someone is going through. And I feel like Kai is like the character that like puts on a brave face, but is like internally going through a lot and like has a support system around them to like, you know, encourage them, make things happen, heal things and stuff. And it takes a village, you know, not only to raise somebody, but to support people in hard times as well.
No, that's definitely so true. I feel like it's very quick, but Izzy asked Izzy asked Kai, oh my God, why can't I speak? Izzy asked Jazz how's she doing at work, and then she like dismisses him so quick. And I feel like there's like, we're gonna see more of that in more episodes, but like everyone's going through so much, even though we're focusing on the main storylines, we're gonna see so many things dissolve and like come to life in the series, so I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that leads to the perfect question of like, what are we looking forward to? What are you like? Is there anything you're looking forward to specifically? Any moments from future episodes? Yeah.
I'm ready to see what happens to Ella. Like, she is just so funny, even in the parts where she's not supposed to be funny. So I'm excited to see more of her. I'm definitely excited to see, am I team Rizzy? Am I team, like, what team am I on? I don't know.
I think I'm just curious what's going to happen with Rizzy. I feel like I've had those moments. I've had a Rizzy of my own in my own personal life. So I'm just like, how is this gonna crumble? Right. Or maybe it won't. Maybe they'll stay together. I don't know.
We'll see. A lot of people are wondering that. So last episode, really, I'm just really excited to. I want to have another table read. I want to have another I want us to shoot again. I'm ready to shoot again. Like, we need these resources so that we can shoot the rest of this series, just because I think we have such great content. And we want to bring it out into the world and explore these stories so much more. For me personally, my favorite episode is episode 5, where we explore Ricky's character and we see a lot of what they're going through behind the scenes. And I think it's just a really vulnerable episode, and we see this type of person who we don't typically see in that light. And so I'm really excited for that episode. I'm really excited to just bring the rest of the series out.
I think when we come back, I really want to come back stronger and like 10 times as better. Like Jazz's outfit, Kai's outfit, like I feel like just creatively I have so many ideas and so many just fun creative pitches.
Yeah, fun fact. They're now talking about Kai's fashion taste. That's Dewan's closet.
Period.
Okay. That's what I was good.
Soon to be Maui's closet.
We had like no budget. Like we didn't buy anything.
We had to use our resources,
Absolutely.
So I had to dig in that closet.
Style by Dewan. Like, stop.
How are you guys feeling?
Feeling really good. I'm excited about it. I'm glad it's out, but I'm sad it's last for
I
a little while.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
But, for now.
Right. But let's get into some quick questions that some of the fans had for us. So we can dive a little bit deeper into it. And so one of them was, how did you develop / write such authentic characters? I think that what we really did was, one, creating the writer's room. So I wanted to have a writer's room where we had other writers, especially who were queer from New York, bringing in their stories. So we just talked a lot. And a lot of these characters are inspired by real people that I know, or a melting pot of multiple people that I know in one character. So I think that that's how we got the authenticity, drawn from real people and real experiences.
Yeah, perfectly said. When somebody said, how long do you intend to have the series? Honestly, syndication. Like, my goal is I want to have 100 episodes. I want to be able to have reruns. I want to be able, 10 years from now, you could come home from work and natives will be playing reruns. I just think the possibilities are so endless in writing. These characters are so complex. Already there's hundreds of comments of your opinions on everybody, on Kai, on Izzy, on Julius, on Jazz, on Adrian. So I just really want to just build it up and introduce more characters, but the goal is to definitely have more and more episodes and more seasons. What about you? Do you have a number in mind?
I want at least 5 seasons. I feel like that's always, ever since I was young and I wanted to be a lead on a TV series, I said I want to be a lead on a TV series that runs for 5 seasons or longer. I was always so specific. And it's gonna happen. So 5 seasons is my goal.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it really depends on where we live for the rest of the season, and where it goes. If we continue with YouTube, we can do as long as we want, really. But if we go somewhere with a traditional streamer, it's up to God.
So,
and 10 different people.
With that said, thank you all for tuning in, and really, again, how long Natives exists is really up to you, up to supporting, liking, commenting, sharing. So please continue to do so. We can't wait to bring you more from the Natives universe, and we hope to see you soon.
Yes.
Period. Bye.